Yeah, it's real. Check this out. Let's deal with this thing called bastards and how these unholy bastards of Sicarii, this white boy and these niggas that follow up behind his nuts, uh they done basically redacted the scriptures. Now Deuteronomy in the 23rd chapter of the book of the law, the second law, does not all of a sudden exist according to these niggas. So we're gonna get into it right quick. It says Deuteronomy 23 don't exist, huh? You've redacted the scriptures. And that's what we expect you niggas to do. Lying bastards. Now it says, uh, the children begotten of them. Let's get this right quick. Deuteronomy 23 and 8. The children, let's say 23 and 7 first. Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou wast a stranger in his land. And we know that the birthing of our nation began at the Exodus from Egypt. Now, the Most High has worked it out. The children that are begotten of them shall enter the congregation of the Lord Yahweh in their third generation. Third generation. Of course, this unholy bastard, this Sicarii white boy who claims he has some Negro father, is talking about he can enter into the congregation whenever the fuck he feels like it. He ain't gotta wait. Even though the scripture said the Egyptians, the Egyptians and Edomites, third generation. These niggas, you teach that Edomites is the white man, don't you? Okay then. Okay then. So your white mama, that dog, uh, would place you back into the congregation if your father was a Negro. But these niggas done told me that Deuteronomy 23 and 8 only was regarding the straight up real time children of Edom and Egypt. So they can enter into the third generation. Why in the fuck? Okay, so if that's the case, from what generation would you be starting? I'm struggling in this. You guys to help me out, brothers. Tazama, Deacon, you teach this shit, so you need to answer these questions. Now it says in the third generation. So let's say a couple generations back, there was two white people, two Edomites, according to you all, and me, uh, that they had a child by way of a mixture with an Israelite. All right. So then that child would be able to come back in the third generation. But according to you all, you just saying that the child born of the third generation of a straight up white person, an Edomite, can enter. From what generation would you be counting? I'm not understanding. This shit don't make no sense, not even to your damn selves. So if you got two Edomites, or Edomite in a Hebrew back 3 generations ago, they skipped the first generation and the second generation to get to the third. But where would you be starting from if according to you that just the flat out children of Egyptians and children of Edomites can enter into the congregation of the Most High? I'm listening because you niggas done told me all of this shit. I listen very well. You hear me? So you saying it ain't got nothing to do with a product of a mingled seed. That's what you saying. Okay, no problem. No problem. So then our Father who art in heaven, would allow his kingdom to be overrun by straight up Edomites. That's what you're saying. Don't have to be of a mix of a mingled seed with Israel. Just a straight Edomite and a straight Egyptian. So from what generation would this begin? So if you go back to, so I guess, I don't know what you're saying. You got to come explain that shit. And not, we ain't talking to you, Sicarii, or Alizé, or whatever the hell your name is, white boy. We talking to you, Deacon, and you, Tazama. Don't get on here with all that whining and shit either. Answer the questions, ask your questions, I'll answer them. We be done with this. And hopefully you niggas can jump off of this foolishness that you teaching. Because if a straight up Egyptian and a Edomite, a white person, can enter into the congregation, well, Revelation 1:7 says something very interesting. Revelation 1:7 says that behold, he cometh with clouds, Hamashiach, that is, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. These white people, these motherfucking Romans, they pierced him, didn't they? It said, every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so am I. Okay, so now you saying that those people, that these niggas, that these, excuse me, these white people who stuck him during the time he walked the earth, that they gonna enter the kingdom? Oh, okay, I got you. No doubt. I want everybody to hear this shit good. Isaiah 11 chapter. I mean 14th chapter. We all know it all too well. It says, for the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. So these strangers, these other people, that's interesting. I wanna ask you niggas one question. Which one is it? These other nations, these white people and these Chinese people and all these motherfuckers, are they gonna be slaves or co-heirs? Which one? Slaves or co-heirs? See, because we dealing with this, with these bastards that y'all niggas done said basically don't even exist in the scriptures. Because you told me, Tazama, that in the second verse, it says, bastards shall not enter even into the 10th generation. So then your sensibility that you tried to pass on to me was, well, why would the scriptures come back in the 8th verse and say that they can enter in the 3rd generation as long as they be of an Egyptian or of an Edomite? See, you know you done fucked yourself, don't you? You know that, don't you? That the Father worked that he explained it in the 7th verse. He said, because you are the brother of these Edomites and Egypt, you sojourned in their land. That's why he said, but these two nations, if the mixed child of Israel and them, they can enter in the 3rd generation. It's sitting right there in your face. So that's all, Israel. We wanted to deal with this bastard thing. Let that be what it is. The scriptures have spoken. You make your own determination. I'm staying with holiness. Holiness doesn't mean everybody can enter. Again, I asked you, which one is it? Shall they be slaves or co-heirs without my shot? See, you done fucked yourself. Let's do it like that, Israel. And we're going to keep going over these short messages, reconfirming the word, reaffirming the word over and over again if necessary, going back and revisiting some of the things that have been taught before so that we can make sure all are up to speed, because we are in that hour. Grace be unto you and peace from our Elohim, the Holy One of Israel, the Holy One of Israel. That means he's separate and apart from. Shalom, Israel.